Hi guys, it's Aunt Missy. Today is a fun book. Do you know the nursery rhyme Humpty Dumpty? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Well, this book is actually about what happens to Humpty Dumpty after he falls. But before we get started, I need to get all warmed up, right? Gotta get my mouth moving. Oh, let's try some tongue twisters from our book, Six Sick Sheep. Six Sick Sheep. Oof. All right. Here we go. Now, we did that one. That one was really hard. Okay. Here's where we are. This is called Night Night. You've no need to light a night light, for on a light night like tonight, for a light night's light a slight light, and tonight's a night that's light. When night's light like tonight's light, it is really not quite right to light night lights with their slight lights on a light night like tonight. And then, night night, said the night to the night one night, 9 nice night nurses nursing nicely. All right, I think I'm ready. This is called After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again. See him up on the wall? Okay. Whoa, he's falling. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know, it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I love to be close to the birds. Then one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. He's coming out of the hospital. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. Well, there were some parts, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. See, all the good, yummy cereals are up top, but he can only reach the gross ones. Fiber flakes. There's Humpty. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. But day after day, I kept trying. And trying. Look, he's sleeping. Until I got it just right. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds. but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. It's flying over the wall. I almost walked away again, but I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I had missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing one step at a time. Until I was no longer afraid. Look, he's with the birds. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. And learned how to fly. He hatched. He gets to be one of the birds now. Isn't that fun? I really like that one. And it reminds me that even when you have a bad day or something hard is happening, you just keep trying, and sometimes you look at things differently and you can see that there's a way for you to be happy after all. All right, guys, you have an awesome night.